Hello and welcome to 3FPC, the podcast where we talk about movies, TV, comic books and video games. I'm Dan and I'm joined by
Alex
and
Tom.
To start off with, we want to point out we are not critics at all. We just like to talk a load of old rubbish. There will be a lot of profanity in this podcast. I've avoided it for, you people to kind of leave. Just leave because, I'm not dealing with lots of angry emails saying how I said naughty words. The last thing we need to quickly cover is the fact that we are affected by European official release dates. Or at least that's the official story.
What that means is that while you guys in America, if we get any listeners over there, might get Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., for example, before us, we have to wait about 5 days, if not months, so far things such as that.
Because the UK can't do anything right.
Well, the United Kingdom.
You're right. Today, this is our first episode. We did a lot of research before doing this podcast, and the most common thing people want to know is who are people's favourites of these things. So we thought we're going to get this the fuck out of the way early. So today's episode we will focus on the things our favourite films, TV shows, comics, and video games, and so on. But before that, we've got a few little news items over the past couple of weeks that we need to discuss. So yeah.
Like you said, we did a lot of research.
I did a lot of research.
Mine was the bare minimum research.
I think mine was about 10 minutes at 3 o'clock
Your
in the morning.
research was asking me.
Yeah, pretty much. That's why it was only 10 minutes. I had to write it down.
That's planning. Research through somebody else researching.
My research was putting my
there.
iPad on charge and never actually using it.
I'm prepared today, guys. I'm going to No, I'm not. That's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Right, so first thing is the new design of the Batsuit. Well, we've seen a range of Batsuits over the past few years, from the Tim Burton one, which was pretty plain, not being able to move his head, to the one with nipples. The poor nipples.
Let's just quickly go back to the Michael Keaton Batsuit, where the mask didn't quite fit right. And it looked like you could rub his cheeks for him if he had an itch.
I'm sure that helped the warmth of the suit, to be honest. Not that it wasn't boiling already, but...
Yeah, here's a bit of a design flaw, the whole no neck. I've got to turn my whole body if I want to talk.
Well, the Tim Burton one kind of disappointed me a little bit, because you think Tim Burton, you've got this amazing artist that brought us like Nightmare Before Christmas and all these lovely pieces of, artwork, and then that was the design.
That was the bad man.
And then, like you said, the Joel Schumacher bat nips.
You gotta have a bit of batnip.
It just looked like he was always cold.
It wasn't even just the bat nips, it was the bat arse and the bat tits and
It was that and the shot to the bat arse and the bat tits. It was like zoom.
It was alright when it was Batgirl. Like you could forgive that. It's like, yeah, okay, I don't mind.
Yeah,
Look at
why
these bat
not?
tits. Oh my god, that's George Clooney's crotch.
Oh god, we're getting to the sexism early on this show. So alright for female batnips, but not men, no.
But yeah, the new Batsuit, like you said, has been released. It looks like it's based off of, I think it was Frank Miller's Dark Knight Rises when he turns old.
If I did more research, I'd be able to.
Yeah, it is Frank Miller because I was watching a documentary on him the other day.
You and your damn
I always watch his documentaries.
Research.
Looking at the pictures, it's pretty accurate. Very clothy by the looks of it.
Yeah, it is very material.
Kind of looks a bit Kevlar-y.
Yeah, that's I saw somewhere someone put up. There's a little annotation saying it's Kevlar.
Ah, got it in one.
Also, with these pictures came a shot of the Batmobile.
Yeah, it did. That was.
It's looking like the Batmobile we all know and love from the cartoons.
Yes, the very long, the long Batmobile.
Are we talking Adam West Batmobile? Because that's the one I.
No,
that's the one I was brought up
that's
with.
That's the one I love as well. But no, that was just a fucking car with a red Batman.
That's all it
symbol on
needs
it.
to be.
Still, my favourite bit from that was when they were going really fast, but it was sped up footage. They were going like 10 miles an hour. It's like, woo!
I'm waiting for the one day he parks it in a bad neighbourhood and he comes back and all his tyres are just on blocks.
Batman in Liverpool. I've just alienated any listeners from Liverpool.
We love you, Liverpool. Please don't leave us. We feel sorry about your Premiership thing that happened recently, honest.
Yeah, sports.
I don't watch
Research,
sports.
yay!
I just know something bad happened to Liverpool lately concerning football.
Well done. Well,
So yeah, we got the new Batman outfit. I'm pretty excited about that. It
Yeah, me
makes me
too.
happy seeing her. So I wasn't that keen on the Nolan Bat outfit.
no.
It
Well,
was a bit too black for me.
I
It was
think
just
Racist.
pitch.
I think they made it better by actually allowing him to move his head, though. That was the good thing. Otherwise, he was just gonna constantly turn his body every so often.
You mean like what's his name, George Clooney? Every
Yeah.
time he wanted to talk, he had to almost jump around on the spot to talk to
Yeah.
Robin.
Are you sure that's the Batsuit's problem and not just the fact it's George Clooney?
No, because Keaton had to do it as well, didn't he?
Yeah.
And Val Kilmer.
Yeah, they did it for like the cinematic effect of giving him like the movement, but, like the cape swing up behind him. But it was like not practical at all. Let's just turn to face a wall so I can see out of a window.
Right, you got any news? Dan?
Yeah, we've got Channing Tatum playing Batman. Not Batman.
Whoa,
He's not playing
holy
Batman. He's not playing Batman. Channing Tatum is going to be the new Gambit should a Gambit film appear.
Yeah. I
Or
heard he's,
controversial, it could be a new Gambit film, and you said it could be.
I heard somewhere that he was gonna make an appearance in X-Men Apocalypse, which is due to come out in 2016, possibly directed by Bryan Singer, depending on how his charges on child molestation go, and we're going to avoid that one like the plague.
Yeah, let's not go into politics because that's when you're going to lose me.
You just made this darker than Batman's backstory.
Yeah, I heard he was going to make an appearance possibly make an appearance in X-Men Apocalypse in 2016, and then possibly get his own spin-off film, or just be included in another film elsewhere. I'm happy with the casting. I don't know about you two.
I'm happy with it for the fact that it's a role that he wants to do, not because of any form of monetary influence, but more because he loves the character. We've seen the interview, me and you. I don't know if Tom's seen it.
No, I'm
There's
not
an
that informed.
interview where he says that his favourite superhero is Gambit, and he thinks he could play it really well because he's from the area.
He
And
grew up around the accent, he said. So
Yeah.
you
It's
got a
like-
little snippet of him using the accent for like a second.
yeah, and it worked.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it
liked
worked
it.
for me. I don't
He
know.
knew about the character smoking, drinking.
He needs to grow his hair a bit. I don't want the short haired
No,
Gambit.
he will need to get the kind of
I
almost
want.
what Warpath looks like in Days
I
of
want the
Future Past,
Backstreet Boys sort of. I want the Backstreet Boys sort of curtains Gambit. That one's my favourite.
Streets back.
All right. I mean,
Oh god.
both me and Bake. Are you a Gambit fan, Tom?
I like Gambit. I don't know too much about Gambit. I know little bits.
He was always one of my favourite. Well, he was my favourite growing up. So it's kind of vital for me that Channing gets it right. Otherwise, I'm just going to hate him because this is going to be the first film I've ever seen him in. So if he doesn't, this is going to be his make or break for my opinion. If he screws this up, I don't care what he releases afterwards. He's dead to me.
Well, I've seen him in quite a few things, from his comedy work to his more serious stuff, and I think the film you need to watch to get the most kind of Gambit-ish character is Coach Carr, which is a film about basketball, essentially, as well as racism and stuff like that. But with the Gambit character, you got to be jokey and serious, because Gambit was raised in the Thieves Guild, but he's a bit of a ladies' man kind of thing. I think he's got a knee knocker penis going on or something. It's the only reason Rogue would touch him.
Well, he did become immune to her charms, we could say. No, well, yeah, he's the thief that makes no sense. I mean, a thief that wears body armour.
And a fucking trench coat. That's not going to be good for getting through laser grids.
but not like a Kevlar vest. I could maybe look past a Kevlar vest. It's full on bright pink body armour.
I wonder if I'll be noticed by CCTV.
And a trench coat. How do you go through laser beams and stuff, which was very kind of, what's the word, stereotypical for back then, was every time you heard Master Thief, you see laser beams in a museum and you see them stealing the thing. Try doing that with Gambit in his trench coat. Warning.
Just about 5 Rottweilers run out and grab him. He just like shit and he just grabs one and explodes everywhere. Sets off more alarms and pressure sensors and oh my god.
I'd absolutely love it if you see a scene in the film of him going, "Mummy, mummy, mummy, mummy," running.
I just have images of just dogs exploding everywhere now. Imagine his first pet, that poor hamster.
If any of you viewers need any help imagining that, I recommend going to play Resident Evil, using a rocket launcher, and finding the nearest Cerberus.
Right, moving on. Some shows that have been renewed. We've got Arrow has been renewed for a 3rd season, which I am very, very happy about. It's so good. We'll talk about that later. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. has been renewed, which some people are a little shocked about. I'm not, because, well, Marvel own it. They'll renew it anyway.
Money.
I still haven't seen it. I haven't seen it past that Thor one, because I had to stop because I hadn't seen Thor. Then when I got to see Thor, I had a load of other crap to watch.
There's a Thor one. Oh god, I'm
There's
behind.
an episode all about cleaning up Thor's mess from Thor the Dark World.
Spoilers.
Oh yeah, I'm going to say this now for anyone listening. We have a statute of limitations on spoilers. If something's been out for, let's say, more than 3 years, we're not going to even bother calling spoilers because you should have fucking seen it by now.
If it's been out for, say, I don't know, a year or possibly a year and a half, we will call spoilers. Wait for like a second so you can hit the stop button.
Guys, we forgot to call spoilers. I'm just going to point that out now. 3 years, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., spoiler. Already. Well, we've ruined that already. That was our statute of limitation gone.
I'm so confused. 3 years, what?
No, that doesn't matter. Just carry on.
I'm guessing it wasn't that big a spoiler.
Yeah, so Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. has been renewed, which a lot of people are happy about, including myself, because, the season was a bit shit around the centre. You two were behind on it. It started off, let's say, mediocre at best. And then it dropped, it got a bit shit, we all dropped off of it. We went and saw Captain America 2, and after that I just got back into watching it because I caught up on everything else. And yeah, it's got really good. This is something I can't spoil because you two haven't fucking seen it. But yeah, so those 2 shows are renewed. A couple of shows that have been greenlit for full series. The Flash has been greenlit, made by the CW, same people who make Arrow, obviously, because, well, Barry Allen appeared in Arrow earlier this season.
Will it be played by Sheldon? That would be amazing.
No, it has to be played by all 4 of them so they can run behind each other looking really fast.
Just running around there, zoom, zoom, zoom.
Yeah, I got that. Gotham, which is the police drama detailing Captain Gordon's rise to the top. There's a trailer up for that, as well as a 3-minute featurette of behind the scenes explaining kind of certain things.
Is that a TV series or a film?
That's a TV series.
See, that kind of worries me in some aspects because we've all known for a while that DC at some point will need to start playing catch up with Marvel where it comes to these TV series and stuff. So if it's not just them playing TV catch up to keep their ratings high, then it will be good because, if they've just said, they've got their own thing, but we're going to do our own thing. That'll be good if they haven't paid any attention to Marvel whatsoever. But if they are, then you can imagine it's going to feel a little rushed.
Well, the thing is that I feel like Marvel own the movie business at the moment. Marvel, when it comes to these adaptations, Marvel own the movie. I think DC own the TV. Because we've got Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and we've got Arrow pitted almost against each other kind of thing.
I'd say Arrow was better, yeah.
Arrow is much better than Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. It's just amazing. But I'm talking about that in our little love-hate segment, so I'm going to... Right.
Skip it.
Anyone else got some news before I move on to the next part of my news?
To go on to the counter side of it, because Community has been cancelled. 6 seasons in a movie will not happen.
When was the movie coming in?
This is the thing that Abed said the whole time. 6 seasons in a movie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's a shame. but I'm happy because I'm not sure if you've watched the latest season. So
No, I'm
it's
behind the latest
fucking
season.
awful.
Really?
It was really bad. Troy left after 3 or 4 episodes.
It did go downhill because you
There was
didn't have that Troy Arbed bounce back.
There was only one good episode I can really think of in that thing, and that was the one where Troy was leaving and they had a massive game of the floor is lava. The thing is, Chevy Chase, who plays Pierce, had also left.
Yeah.
Like halfway through the season before. And so they replaced him with a...
ex-homicide detective
yeah,
or
an
something.
ex-homicide detective.
Right.
And
He was a teacher, don't worry. It's just
Oh, yeah,
that was
he's
his
very-
background. He liked to draw ducks.
yeah, that was something. But yeah, he felt
spoilers.
shoved into me.
Spoilers, he liked to draw ducks.
He felt really kind of shoved in because they needed someone to play an older character like Chevy Chase had.
I did like his character though, I will say. Like he had moments where I really kind of not connected with him. Because that would make me seem really psychopathic. So closer to the truth than normal. But no, there were parts of him where I really felt like he did come out into his own character and he didn't feel improvised, but there were too many points where he felt like he was a filler.
I will say he had okay on-screen chemistry with both Annie and Jeff, who's I can't remember Jeff's real name, but Annie Alison Brie. Alison Brie.
Calm down, guys.
Everyone just melts.
Yeah, they had reasonable chemistry, but his other stuff with Arbed, they did a whole episode with Arbed and him together, and I just felt
It felt too mishmashy, didn't it?
yeah, it just didn't work. Arbed was cosplaying, and that didn't work. Yeah, so yeah, Community cancelled, another one cancelled, and it's time for my rant, guys.
Let's go for it.
Because
I'm ready.
the Tomorrow People has been cancelled by the CW. Why? Why? It was like a lot like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. It started good, dropped down a bit, but then the story picked up. And you had Stephen Amell, who plays Oliver Queen in Arrow. He was his cousin, Robbie Amell, who you guys will know from How I Met Your Mother, Robin's boyfriend, who was like a dog, Scooby.
Oh god, Scooby Boy.
Scooby.
That's Oliver Queen's cousin, or I think it is.
Yeah, I think it's
And
too.
the show was just so good towards the end. And the thing that got me was the season finale was 1 or 2 weeks ago.
I was going to say, spoiler alert. Ooh.
Not really a spoiler alert here,
I don't
because
think guest stars or any kind of this person appears in this, it really counts as a spoiler, does it? If you believe this is a spoiler, please come
Well, no, 'cause we're talking
tweet
about
us.
No, I
Tomorrow
think he's
People,
talking about
though.
the Tomorrow
Not How I Met Your Mother.
Oh no, I mean
Where
the
are
fact
you?
that he's his cousin or whatever.
no, this is
I heard-
his actual cousin.
Oh.
Yeah, not actually.
Oh, I thought you were saying he's playing as
in real
Oliver
life.
Queen's cousin.
No.
That's why you said Oliver Queen's cousin.
Yeah, no, it's Stephen Amell's cousin.
There we
Yeah,
go.
happy.
Yeah, I am
I'm
happy.
not sure
now.
how to say his name. It's Stephen Amell or Stephen Amell. Everyone says it differently. But
I'm going to be different and say Stephen Amell.
well, you're just a cunt.
Yes, I am.
But
one reason
yeah,
I'm
the
here.
thing that got me with the Tomorrow People was the fact that the last episode, it all wrapped up in a nice, neat bow, and then the last 2 minutes, you got a bloody cliffhanger. Straight after, cancelled. Fuck you! Why? It was just such a good finale episode. You didn't need to leave the cliffhanger there if you knew you were being cancelled, but I don't think they obviously knew when they filmed it. So, well, obviously they didn't know, obviously, when they've fucking done it. It's just another Alphas.
Oh, don't make me miss Alphas again.
I liked
But-
Alphas.
It just reminds me of Star Wars Republic Commando, right at the very last mission. They wrap it up all nice in a bow, and then something happens, because I'm not going to go into spoilers, and it's a giant cliffhanger. I'm not going to say what the cliffhanger is, but giant cliffhanger
father.
that makes you just... it makes you crave and feel the need, not just a want, but the need for a second game. And because Star Wars Republic Commando fell just so, not short, but it fell underneath all the other titles that got big press, like Battlefront and, well, Star Wars Unleashed was a while after. but not many people seem to know of it, and that really upsets me. So if you get a chance, and you're a Star Wars fan, and you like first-person shooters, I recommend Star Wars Republic Commando. It's an old game, but you can play it on Steam, and it just feels so good. It's a lovely game.
Yeah. My recommendation, if you're watching the Tomorrow People and you haven't seen the season finale yet, do yourself a favour. Watch it, and last 2 minutes, just turn it off. Just don't let yourself see the end, because you will get very angry like I have. Right.
I don't have a recommendation, but I would like to say again, we are not paid by any of these companies to say about these products.
No, I want my word out there.
I
I
must be
need
heard.
payment.
If any companies want us to advertise for
If
them,
you would like
I'm
to
fully
pay us,
willing to sell my soul. I'm just gonna throw it out there
I'll sell
now.
my body.
I will sell
I
everything.
don't think that's advertisement, is it?
You can get tattoos of their logos.
Coca-Cola. I wonder who that reminds me of.
Any other news more in the gaming area, people?
Oh, the gaming area. I don't think.
it needs-
No, Watch Dogs. Yes, Watch
Watch
Dogs. The multiplayer looks amazing. I thought when I first heard of Watch Dogs bringing in multiplayer aspects to it, I sat there and thought, oh god, it's another game that has fallen for that multiplayer apple upon the tree. And then I saw what they did with the multiplayer, and I thought, just wow. Have you seen it, Tom?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Oh,
I think with that multiplayer though, it's going to be so easy to be an absolute arsehole to everybody else.
Well,
Hey,
they-
I'm just going to join a random person's game, hack you a little bit, and then run.
well, I'm pretty sure that they're going to do what every single company does, and if they don't, they will be complete and utter arseholes, which is that lovely little option that says, I want to play by myself, screw the world, or I want to play by myself with the exception of friends. I don't mind if a friend comes and ruins my game, because I can go punch them. But I was just about to complete the game. But if a random person comes and destroys my game, destroys me, and hacks my life, then
Hacks my life.
that's not fun, man. That's not fun.
That's due for release on the
27th.
That's UK release. That I'm not sure if that's the same in America and
Yeah, I think
Europe
it's
and-
next 27th, next Thursday.
no, not next Thursday.
damn.
Next Thursday is the day that X-Men Days of Future Past is released.
Oh,
Must
of
go
course.
see.
So it'll be
You
5
have
days
to see
after
it.
that. It's 12 days away, I believe.
13 days away.
13 days away. Oh yeah, just to warn you, we are recording this on a Wednesday, so any news that comes after a Wednesday, blah. We
We're
don't know,
recording
we don't
this-
know it.
Recording this on Wednesday, the 14th of May 2014, in case it really takes us that long to release this.
We're going to be 60-year-old men by this time. By the time this episode gets out.
Okay, it's
That's how
in,
much editing we need. I reckon.
not next Tuesday, the Tuesday after that's
Thursday.
released.
All right.
Thursday.
Tuesday.
Is it Tuesday?
This is Tuesday.
It's Thursday.
It's a Tuesday, 27th.
It's a Thursday.
Oh my God, you people!
Just
can't
looked
see
at a
the
calendar!
I'm looking at a calendar.
Dare you
Oh,
question me?
Oh wait, no, I'm in the wrong month. My bad. Ah.
Make me seem like the idiot. I
It is
don't
in
need
fact
any
a
more
Tuesday.
people doing that in my life.
right, has anyone got any other news they wish to discuss?
I think I'm newsless now. Not that I
Right.
had need to begin with, but newsless.
Well, you can procrastinate for a moment because I do have some more news. I do.
Right, well,
Problem is, I have to open up my notes.
Right, so we're just going to talk
shouldn't that
amongst
have been your
ourselves.
first guest? To open
Not
up?
when your thing times out after a minute, because it's really annoying. Humble
That was too
Bundle
easy.
dailies. Now, this
There
I
we go.
think is absolutely awesome. Humble Bundle have gone from doing their weekly and monthly sales, and they're currently doing a temporary Humble Bundle dailies. Now, the first one they kicked it off with was titles like Dead Island, which obviously won't be the case by the time you people listen to this, but there was Dead Island, and I remember Metro being on there. And I sat there and I thought, well, I am checking this for the next couple of days, I tell you.
Humble Bundle don't only do video games though. They I've seen they do comic books,
Audiobooks I've seen.
Audiobooks. Yep.
audio books. They do quite a wide range. So, yeah, if you got any kind of need for games, comic books, audio books, or we're just whoring ourselves out for advertising
Yeah.
before we've got sponsorships.
We're not gonna-
We don't need to advertise them; they'll do it themselves. Deadpool. There was something.
Yes,
you wanted to say about
Deadpool movie news. There was an interview with the producer of Days of Future Past. I think she's produced every X-Men film, including the ones we choose to ignore.
The ones that don't exist.
But
God bless.
she actually said in that interview, yeah, we try to ignore X-3. She said that herself. That's not an exact quote, but that's almost an exact quote. But yeah, she said Ryan Reynolds is still attached to the project, which I'm up and down about. He fucked up Green Lantern, but that wasn't his fault. We'll get to this later.
Yeah, we'll get to it later.
But his in Origins.
In Origins, in the time he could talk.
Yeah, in the time that he could talk, I thought, wow,
Yeah,
that's Deadpool right there.
Before Ryan Reynolds, I'm not sure if it was before he was actually cast or before the movie even came out. In a comic, Deadpool actually said he looks like Ryan Reynolds crossed with a Sharpei. So they obviously got the right actor. But yeah, he's still attached. What they're deciding at the moment is if they can have a smaller budget, they can go for the R-rated movies, so the more blood and guts and violence and explosions and stuff. Whereas if they want a bigger budget, they're going to have to push the boundaries of what Americans call PG-13. I'm not sure what that means in ours.
It generally means it's going to make it terrible.
Well,
Will be bad.
Yeah.
Disclaimer: do not watch.
Whichever one has more quality. I mean, it's kind of which one do you consider more quality? Because I would say that an 18-rated Deadpool sounds a lot more awesome than a bigger budget 15-rated.
Considering
Deadpool.
knowing his personality in that, it's going to be so much better.
Personality-wise, with Deadpool, you need to give him as high a rating as possible. We look at the game; that was given the top rating. That was given mature or 18 rating in the UK. So that we know that that's the kind of level that Deadpool should be at, because that game was really good and it was true to who Deadpool was. And you could shoot guns behind your back whilst running away from the big fat men.
Seems legit.
So what do you guys want from the Deadpool movie? I mean, do you want him to
I want
break
him
the
to
fourth wall?
mouth the mouth. Just jokes, breaking the fourth wall, swords, guns.
I'm kind of iffy on whether I want him to break the fourth wall
Yeah,
or not, because
same.
I've never seen a live action fourth wall break.
There's quite a lot of shows that do it. But
I mean, I've never seen them, but I can't imagine a scenario where I could imagine it working well like it would with a cartoon.
I don't know.
Just turning to the camera and going,
I think if it was done, it would only be done like a few points through the film. You couldn't have him breaking the fourth
You
wall
couldn't do
all
it
of the
every
time,
few
'cause it would just
minutes.
look
yeah, well, he doesn't
terrible.
break the fourth wall every 5 minutes, does he?
Exactly.
No. If you read the comic, it's every now and again he will do it. One of my favourite panels is Deadpool versus Dead Presidents, and he sits there and goes, "Hey, I've got to kill this amount of presidents in this amount of times." If I was a reader right now, I'd put on 5 Minutes Alone by Pantera and get reading. And I was just like, that's it. I am done. That is amazing. He's mentioned Pantera. I am done.
But did you put on that song?
Yes.
And
Genuinely.
did it make it better?
Yes.
And that's why fourth wall breaking is good.
So yeah, Deadpool movie. He needs to break the fourth wall at least a little.
Oh yeah.
But if he doesn't, it's not the end of the world. It's just a pretty crucial part in my idea. It needs beheadings. It needs regenerating body parts. Like if you watch Wolverine versus the Hulk, Deadpool gets into that. Wolverine cuts off his arm. It rolls away. He's like, give me a hand. And he runs over and he's putting his arm back on, and he's got like this almost like ribeye steak part of his arm that he's screwing back in.
I want to see a kind of shot to pieces Deadpool, because that's kind of one of the iconic images I have when I think of Deadpool, is those moments where he gets absolutely blasted with gunfire and he just stands there and takes it, and he's just like and starts regenerating
Fair enough.
very slowly but
He
surely.
just needs to mouth.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Just all about
That is
the
the
mouth.
most crucial part.
Exactly.
If they screw that up, then they're
Yeah.
dead to me.
That's
Well-
what took it away from like showing him before. It just took away his mouth, and that was
Yeah.
just no Deadpool there.
Yeah, there was just nothing of Deadpool there.
Does anyone ever find out why they did that?
No, I don't know why they did that. Creatively, I know why they did it in terms of the story.
To shut him the fuck up.
Exactly the thing.
Yeah, well,
he
they
was.
said that.
They were like, if you didn't have that mouth on you, you'd be the perfect soldier. They took his mouth away. But if you watch the post-credit scene of that movie, that we all try to not watch,
I don't mind the film.
I don't mind the film. I'm controversial. I love the film in general. I just don't like what they did with Deadpool, and I wish there was more Gambit in that film.
I think that was my major problem with it. It was promised to me as the first film with Gambit in it, and then I saw
It was a
2
cameo.
seconds of
Yeah.
Gambit, and
It
I
was
was
basically
like,
a cameo.
yeah, was it worth me building up all these expectations?
We've seen more Stan Lee overall than we've seen Gambit.
And that's what disappoints me. Not because I don't like Stan Lee, but because I love Gambit.
Yeah, no, at the end in the post-credit scene, he does open his mouth, his hands crawling towards his head, and just as it kind of almost strokes him kind of thing, the eyes open.
Right, darling.
Hello.
His eyes open, he just shh. And that's it. His mouth's open again. They have left it open for him to be a talkative fucker, like Deadpool is. But right, that should be the news segment for now.
Yeah, I guess
That was the longest news segment ever.